The so-called black community is in civil war. The men and the women are at each other's throats. Feminism has been something our women have foolishly latched onto as well. A movement originally centered around white women quarreling with white men over who would have power in the new white ethno-state we call America. We see interracial relationships being promoted in movies and commercials more than ever before. This is something which has been going on longer in European media, but has recently hit the media in the United States. We've never seen TV commercials prominently featuring interracial couples until recent years. The so-called black man complains about the unfaithfulness of black women, going off with non-black men, then turning around and spitting in the face of black men. The men do exactly the same thing, going overseas to find non-black women and leaving our sisters behind. While these actions on the surface are similar, they have different implications. A woman is only loyal to two things, herself and power. This is displayed in the actions of Eve, who disobeyed the direct order from the Most High to eat the forbidden fruit in pursuit of power. A woman will always go where the getting is good, to the highest bidder. She's not loyal to a community or a group. A woman must be brought under the program of a man, as the purpose for her very existence is to be an assistant or sidekick to a man. This is why a woman gravitates to what is powerful. Don't let feminist ideology fool you. A woman desires to be under this power. The concept of the shit test is a woman taking stock of the power and authority you possess. The feminist movement is the ultimate shit test. We know about the divestiture movement of black women finding non-black men to have families with. We usually see these women with average white males and wonder why they would go for these guys. Again, it's about power. They're not with that average white male for him, but rather for what he represents. That average white male is their ticket to ride, their entree to the privileges and benefits of white society. That average white male is their passport into all the goodies of being ingratiated into Americana, the financial benefits, career benefits, recognition, etc. It's all there for them if they're willing to deal with a white man. Quite frankly, you can't blame our sisters for going to where they can get some form of benefits when their own men offer them none. Black men have decided to run away from the responsibility of course-correcting their own community, waving the white flag, no pun intended, in favor of white women. Problem: you don't do this from a position of strength. You do it from a position of weakness and begging. Everyone sees your lack of power and authority, including your own women, which is why they rejected you. They see how this non-black woman you are dealing with has neutered you and made you a socio-political tool for her benefit and your detriment. This is weakness, and a man who is weak can only be a tool for someone else. Running off to be with strange women is not winning, it's quitting. You have given up on yourself and your people. The passport bilge complain about how black women are mouthy and won't respect their authority. As I said before, the biggest requirement for being a leader is leading. Leadership means the buck stops with you. Why do your women not want to deal with you, and why should they? Have you been the protector, provider, and leader you are supposed to be? Are you capable of holding down a household? Are you someone who has significantly contributed to their community? What have you produced or built? Have you earned the respect of the men in your community? A woman is not required nor recommended to attach herself to a worthless male. You are not entitled to a relationship with anyone. You eat what you kill. Our sisters running off with strange men is a disappointment and a serious problem, but they are not the leaders of the community. It is the man's responsibility to hold the community together. A man who fails to lead shall be a man who will lead in failure. When our brothers went off with strange women, they are betraying the community and forfeiting their birthright and becoming derelict of their duty to the community. A woman's job in nature is to follow the leader. If the so-called black man won't lead, the woman will find someone else to follow. Show me a man who says this is unfair or a double standard, and I'll show you a man who is not fit to lead anyone. This is not about giving women a free pass. This is nature. Women don't lead. Men must lead. It's why men by nature are physically stronger and more durable than women, because the Most High set it up to be this way. The Bible is our history book as Israelites. Look at all the great and powerful leaders in our ancestry for thousands of years of our history. What we have gone through in America is only a fraction of what we've been for the vast majority of human history. Our women have been used to men who have ruled kingdoms, won wars, had great wealth, and accomplished extraordinary things. These great men built an economic base our people could stand on. What we've gone through in only the last 500 years is microscopic compared to what we have been the last 10,000 years. This is not who we are, and our women don't know what to do with this new, weak, hapless male. They're doing the only thing a woman will ever do, which is abandon ship. I'm not here to say our sisters running to strange men is a good idea. Quite the opposite. The end of this endeavor is our destruction, a humane form of genocide. Our enemies will use our sisters to destroy us, and afterwards turn on our sisters. The children they have together will be quote-unquote black children, but they will be raised in a white household, in white society, to gravitate towards white ideologies. Those children will mate with white people, and the black gene will be breeded out. This is a much better plan than cattle cars and gas chambers, as our people will happily go along with this genocidal program. Interracial dating is bad for the man and our women. The point is to recognize the problem and point to the solution. The solution is being the men we are called to be and have been for the vast majority of history. We can turn our women from this, but it won't be by tucking tail and finding a non-black woman from a lesser nation of people who are willing to accept our failure and deficiency. The Most High made us the greatest people, and as the men, who are the natural leaders of their community, we must fulfill this calling. Men lead, women follow. Our women are actually following us right now. Since we have devalued ourselves, abandoned our own, and are looking to greener pastures, the women have done the same. The women are looking at the power dynamic and coming to a conclusion. The men are simply tapping out. Some will say, I'll get right with black women when they get right with me. So, you want the women to lead? Do you not desire respect and deference from your women? Hate to break it to you, but you won't get it if you decide to follow the lead of the woman. If she has to set the tone, then she gets to set the standard. She won't respect you if she does that. In fact, she will abuse you. Is that what you want? This will be a difficult concept for our people to grasp, as many of our people have been brought up by their mothers or brought up around feminine energy with no masculine role models or examples. No one to inform them of the responsibilities and duties of manhood. They are told to do whatever it takes to survive, which is what women do. Instead of building something, they look for something or someone to latch onto. Men are not meant to be the recipients of society. They're meant to build the society. The double standard exists. No one wants to watch women play basketball or football, and men can't become millionaires getting naked on OnlyFans. Let's stop fighting against nature and learn to understand it and work with it. The so-called black community has been matriarchal for a while now, and it's a total shit show. The women have had their opportunity to lead, and they've utterly failed. It's okay if this was never their place. What's not okay is the men being out of place in a subservient position. The men have a heavy job to fulfill. Step up or get stepped on.